welcome in this video lecture. Now we are going to start the new chapter, and this new chapter this is the cell structure and organization. In this video lecture we are going to study the detail about the cell, types of cell and their structure and different cell organelles, and also the organization of the cells. Cell, this is the structural and functional unit of life. Cell is the structural that all living organisms these are made up of from the cells except virus, and it is the functional unit of the life. That means in living organism the functions these are conducted because of the cells, and inside the cell the different chemical reaction these are takes place, and because this is called as the functional unit of the life. Actually the different cells which we can see in the living organism, and cell which having the different size, different shape. But question is that who first observed the cell and where this observed the cell? Actually the cell this we cannot see in the naked eyes. We have to use the microscope for see this cell, and the first microscope, that is the simple type of microscope, these are developed the scientists, and in which the 50 to 100 types magnified image we can see, and there the image of the cell these are first observed. And these are microscope which also having the different type, and here you can see the first two pictures. These are the simple microscope in which we can see the general structure or small structure, but can see the cell deep in the compound microscope. Now we use these microscope, you can see in the third diagram or lower side diagram you can see, and in which we can see the thousands type magnified image in this microscope. And this microscope now these are highly developed, and in which we can also take the photo. And this microscope you can see in the third picture, this is the compound microscope, and this microscope these are used to see the small structure of the living organism, or this is the cells. We can observe the cell in compound microscope, and you can see here the photo. This is the highly developed microscope, and this is called as the electronic microscope, in which we can see the 5 lakh times magnified image. And this microscope these are present in research, not common in research laboratory. This is very rare microscope, and this is very high level of microscope. These are present in most large institute, and in which we can see the magnified image. Magnified, that means the large image we can see in this microscope, and these are 5 lakh times magnified image we can see in this case. The different cell which is present in the living organism which having the different size and shape, but the first cell, that is the structural and functional unit of the light, these are the first observed the Robert Hooke, and he used the plant cork cell for this observation, and he used the primitive type of microscope. In 1665 he observed the plant cork cell, that is the bark cell. He take the section of that bark and he observed these are made up of from this comb like structure, and he first observed the cell wall. You can get the question which part of the cell he observed. He observed the cell wall, and he observed that these are look like a honeycomb shape, and this is the cell. And he observed in 1665, and he used the primitive type of microscope. Next, the Anton van Leeuwenhoek built the simple microscope, and he examined the blood cell and yeast cell, insect cell, and also the many other tiny object. and he also create the microscope. These are used in which the teeny lenses he used, and this magnified 300x times, and he discovered the microscopic world, that we can see the small concept in this microscope. And he observed the red blood cell, he observed the pond water beasties, and he also observed the muscle fiber, he also observed the human sperm. And also the different scientists also participate for this study. And Robert Hooke and Anton Leeuwenhoek, they observe the cell, but Robert Hooke observed the dead cell, and Anton van Leeuwenhoek observed the living cell. This is the difference between these two scientists. After then, Robert Brown the first observed the nucleus, and he observed the nucleus in a reproductive cell. Actually, he worked on the reproduction of orchid plants, and he observed the pollen grain in 1831. And pollen grain, this is the reproductive cell, and in which he observed the first nucleus. These are present in the cell, he explained that. And he also observed the stomata of orchids, and also the epidermal cell. Stomata, this is the part of epidermal cell, and he observed in this plant. He was the first scientist to observe this stomata, the cell which having the different size and different shape. The smallest cell in the world, these are the mycoplasma. You know mycoplasma, this is also one of the bacteria, but in which cell wall is absent. And mycoplasma, these are made up from the single cell living organism, and this having the size 0.3 micrometer, and this is the smallest cell in the world. You know, virus, these are not made up from the cell. Bacteria, all living organism, different animals, different insects, different types of plant present on the earth, and these are all made up from the cell. But mycoplasma cell, this is the smallest cell, and which having the size 0.3 micrometer. And the bacterial cell, actually mycoplasma, these are also considered as a bacteria, but these are the primitive type of bacteria. Bacterial cell, which having the cell wall or cell envelope, these are having the different size from the 3 to 5 micrometer, and this is the larger than the mycoplasma. Largest cell in the world, these are the ostrich egg. You know, egg, these are the single cell, and egg, this ostrich egg which having the size 15 centimeter, and this is the largest cell in the world. In human being, the ovum is the largest cell, and these are 29 times bigger than the sperms, and which having the size 100 micron diameters. The longest cell in human being, these are the nerve cell, and largest cell, these are the ovum. And actually in case of human, the female having the ovum, this also called as the egg cell, or this is also called as the female gamete, and this is the haploid cell, and these are the largest cell in the human female body. And longest cell, these are the nerve cell. Sperm, these are the smallest cell in human body, and sperm, these are present in the male reproductive system, or in case of male of the human being, and which having the size 1 to 3 millimeters. In case of plant, the Acetabularia species, one of the largest cell, and which having the size in centimeter, but these are not confirmed. This is the one of the largest cell, one of the largest. Pilaria, this is the genus, and that genus having the different size of that cell in different centimeter. Caulerpa taxifolia, this is one of the algae, You know, Acetabularia genus, this is also one of the algae. And Cholera taxifloria, this is also one of the algae. And this having the largest cell. And this is the largest cell in case of plant. And in angiosperm, these are the highly evolved plants, and these having the vessels. That vessel, these are called as the xylem vessels. These xylem vessels, these are also largest cell in case of the plant. Actually, the different scientists explain about these cells, and the German botanist, that is Matthias Sheldon, in 1838 examined the number of plants and conclude that the various tissue of the plants are composed of the different types of cell. And he also participate to explain the postulates of cell theory. And at that time, the British zoologist Theodore Stevens in 1839 also proposed the cell are the bound by the thin membrane. Actually, Sheldon examined the number of plants and conclude that the various tissue of plants at that time, British zoologists who work in the animal, and the Sheldon who work in the animals, that is a zoologist, in 1839 proposed that the cells are bound by a thin membrane, that is cell having the thin membrane. And actually, when we study that plant cell and animal cell, plant cell having the cell wall, but animal cell in which cell wall, these are absent. And he also explained about the existence of cell wall as a unique character of the plant cell. Both the German botanist and British zoologist work on the animals, and German botanists work on the plant. And they explain that the cell wall, this is the unique characteristics of the plant cell. And these cell wall, these are not present in case of animal cell. And on the basis of his observation, he proposed that animal and plants are made up of the cell, and these are the product of cell. Actually, both living organisms, these are made up of from the same. Different scientists explain the different concept. At that years, in 1855, Rudolf Virchow explained the omnis cellula is cellula. Omnis cellula is cellula, that means the new cell, these are arise from the pre-existing cell. That means cell which divide and which produce the new cell. They explain that in 1855. All the scientists contribute and explain the cell theory. Actually, Sheldon and Stevens explain the cell theory, but this having some misunderstanding or some problem in this theory, and different scientists explain the different concept. Like Rudolf Virchow explained the omnis cellula is cellula, that means the cell, these are produced from the pre-existing cell. And all these concepts contribute, and the modern cell theory you can see in this topic, or postulate of modern cell theory, these are explained of the contribution of different scientists. They explain that all living organisms, these are made up of cells except virus. You know virus? Except virus, all living organisms, these are made up of from the cells. Living cell arise from the pre-existing cell, that means new cell. These are arise from the old cell. Cell divide and which produce the new cell. The cell, these are the structural and functional unit of life. That is the cell which gives the particular structure or shape to living organism, and in which the different chemical reaction these are takes place, and because of this is the functional unit of life. The total activities of cell are responsible for the activity of an organism. that is actually the living organism in which different activity these are conducted. For example, speaking, walking, learning, these are the activities which is that takes place in living organism. Some living organism which move from one place to another place, some living organism in which the different chemical reaction takes place, for example photosynthesis, respiration, and these take this activity because of the activity of cell. Actually this activity these are takes place in the cell, and this activity we can see in that living organism. Cells show transformation of energy. Actually in living organism eat the carbohydrate, and carbohydrate, this is the main energy source in living organism. Carbohydrate, these are oxidized with the help of oxygen or without using oxygen, and which release the energy in the form of ATP. And this ATP, these are utilized for the different work. That means the transformation of energy, this is a takes place in the cells. Cells contain the nucleic acid, which include the DNA, which include the RNA inside the nucleus and cytoplasm. Actually the cell which having the two main types, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. In case of prokaryotic cell, nucleus is absent and DNA, RNA, these are present in cytoplasm. But in case of eukaryotic cell, DNA, RNA, these are present in the nucleus. DNA means what? Deoxyribose nucleic acid. And this is one of the type of nucleic acid. RNA means what? Ribose nucleic acid. And we will discuss this topic in detail in biomolecules chapter. So don't worry, we detail study that DNA, RNA, what is nucleic acid. We will study it in that chapter. That chapter name is biomolecules. Now we focus on the chapter that is the cell structure and organization. Actually the cell which also having to divide and redivide, and this cell also having the ability after the division to produce the whole living organism or develop to complete living organism, and this ability, this is called as the totipotency. But totipotency, this ability, these are present in the cell, that cell having the nucleus. That means single nucleated cell to develop the complete organism, and this ability we can see in the plant and also in case of animal. But in case of plant, the each and every cell having the ability to produce, each and every nucleated cell having the ability to produce the whole living organism. But in case of animal, this ability present in the embryonic cell and also in the stem cell. This is the main difference of this totipotency. Actually first this concept of totipotency explained the Dish in 1819, and he actually worked on the animal cell, that is the stem cell, and he observed that totipotency criteria. Actually cells having the different types, in which main two types, prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, and these are all types we discuss in next video lecture. In next video lecture we will discuss about the prokaryotic cell, and after the complete study of prokaryotic cell we turn on the eukaryotic cell. So thank you so much. We will meet in next video lecture. Thank you so much.